Good morning, this is Janet here from her kitchen in sunny Worcestershire, and today I am making a new recipe. We have some friends coming for a meal tomorrow night, and I'm going to make is a chocolate flan, I suppose you'd call it, and I'm using butter biscuits only in Aldi, but the only butter biscuits they had were ones with chocolate on, and since this is a chocolate pudding I didn't think that that would be a problem, but I probably could have used digestives or hobnobs or something like that to make a biscuit base to the flan. So 200 grams of butter biscuits, 100 grams of butter to mix it with, and a tablespoon either of honey or golden syrup, whatever you've got in the cupboard. And then 100 grams each of dairy milk and dark chocolate, Aldi best here. 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, some vanilla extract, and some whipping cream. Now I couldn't get whipping cream either. We're blighted, aren't we, without recipes. Anyway, so I've got double cream, but I'm going to have to be very careful that I don't over whip that. And then all should be well. And I have a flan base, which is about 23, just over 23 centimetres wide. I'll have to check what that is in inches for you. Things I do for you. That's about 9 inches. So 9 to 10 inches, 23 to 25 centimetres across. So depending on how big the base is, you're going to get a thicker or thinner chocolate filling. It should do about 8 people. 100 grams of butter and 1 tablespoon of honey going into the microwave. Do it very gently, 10-20 seconds absolute maximum, otherwise you'll get it spitting all over the inside of your microwave until it's softened and sort of melted. Now I've just melted the butter and the honey, and I'm going to put the biscuits into a plastic bag so that I can crush them. This could be a bit interesting because I'm crushing chocolate as well, we'll see. And your trusty rolling pin or some hard implement. Now, just a little word of advice. I've made a lot of these flan bases before with a biscuit base, and they often don't come out of the dish. And so what I do is I put a layer of cling film in, and then a circle of baking paper, and you'll find then that you've got something to lift it out. It'll have cooled and gone quite hard, but you've got something that you can lift it out and it will peel away quite easily for you, and you can slip it onto a plate to serve. Little trick. Now I've stopped wielding my rolling pin and I've got quite fine pieces in here now. Melted butter with honey, and I'm going to tip these in and stir them around until they're coated in the butter. And then it's ready to put into the biscuit base. There we go. Some of these pieces are still quite hard. I had those biscuits in the fridge overnight just because I thought they might break up a little easier, given that they've got the chocolate on them as well. I think this is looking reasonably okay. It's quite runny. It seemed like quite a lot of butter to me, and it's looking like it now. It's quite a loose mix. In fact, I think I'm going to use, I've got a few biscuits left. I'm going to mix those up very quickly, very quietly, you won't hear them, and add them to that mixture. So that was 250 grams of biscuit, and it's a little firmer. As the butter cools down, it'll thicken and it won't be such a problem. Okay, so into the dish that's lined. Spread it around. It doesn't have to go too far up the sides, but if you can get it to do that, all the better. There, I've lined the base of the dish, and that's going to be popped into the fridge while I get on with the chocolate mix. Now I've just broken up the chocolate, 100 grams of dark chocolate, 100 grams of milk chocolate, and that's going into the microwave. Now you do not want to cook this, you're melting it, so be cautious again like you were with the butter. Do little at a time until you can see that it's beginning to get runny, and then stop. I've melted the chocolate and that now needs to cool a little bit, and I'm going to whisk up the cream. I won't subject you to the noise of my whisk, but I will show you the texture that you need to have, the consistency when you stop, because that's quite critical too. Now the texture that you're looking for is where it starts to show the whisk marks, but it hasn't gone into strong peaks. Stop at that point, because otherwise it will affect the softness of your final mixture. 1 teaspoon, I'm guessing it, I like vanilla, of vanilla extract, and 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And best to sift this, especially if you've had it in the cupboard for a while. Whoops, fallen in. You could be lumpy, and that will affect the consistency of your final mixture. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to mix that in, fold it, don't whip it or bash it about too much because you'll knock a lot of the air out. So just gently, figure of 8 action is usually quite good. And that's ready to go in with the chocolate. Now the chocolate has melted and it's still fairly warm, but hopefully this will mix in. And we're going to mix the whisked cream in as well. I like these scrapers because you don't waste a lot. It does mean for anybody that likes licking out the bowl, it's a bit of a disappointment, I agree, but you do get the ingredients into the treat that you're making. Right, so we just mix these two together and then into the biscuit base, on top of the biscuit base. Now the biscuit base has firmed up and this mixture is now going to go in. Gently spread your mixture around over the biscuit base, and once you've done that it will be back into the fridge and cover it not closely covered, loosely covered with something. You don't want anything touching it, otherwise it'll stick. And you can leave that for 2 or 3 hours or up to two days before you do the final decoration, which will be crème fraiche and some fresh fruit, probably strawberries or blueberries, even raspberries would be a nice option as well. And then you have a chocolate tart that you can serve up to your guests, and hopefully it should look attractive. When I've finished this tomorrow morning, I will take a picture for you to show you the finished pudding. Mustn't waste that bit. Mix that in a bit. Okay, there you go. Now into the fridge, covered over. Now the tart that I made yesterday has been in the fridge for a few hours overnight, and if you remember, I put cling film round the edge, sitting on a baking sheet base, and with a bit of luck it should come off very easily. There's the cling film off. You can gradually peel off the baking sheet underneath and place that on the dish. There we go. Now I'm just going to gently spoon a little blob. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Regular spots around the outside. Now this is suggesting 10 portions. I'm just going to decorate a dusting of icing sugar, and we're ready to go. Bit heavy-handed there. So this is our dessert for the meal with friends tonight, a chocolate tart topped with crème fraiche and raspberries, a dish of mixed berries and a dish of crème fraiche. I hope they'll enjoy it, I'm sure they will.